The employee, a slapdash slacker with a scraggly tuft of fuzz on his chin, snips the air with his bolt cutter as David peels off some bills.
$350. That should cover it. She was 3 months overdue. One more and auction time.
Sorry, Mom's been out of town.
They reach the unit and the kid cuts the lock.
Hope you don't find a body in there. Or worse.
I'll take my chances.
Yeah, well, last week I found a pit bull head stuffed in a hat box. A month ago I found a meth lab.
Busy place.
Yeah.
Inside the cubicle there is the usual junk. A mattress, a couch, tools, an axe, cans of paint. 2 stacked chairs block the file cabinet. David pushes the chairs aside and opens the top cabinet drawer. No files. Zip. The second drawer the same, ditto the bottom drawer. But when he slams it closed, it jams. He pulls the drawer out of the cabinet and finds a leather pouch. Inside the pouch are 3 photographs and a single sheet of paper. He studies the photo. Poor quality, taken at night, but it looks like barrels being loaded into trucks. David examines the paper. Written in a neat hand is a cryptic list. Soto/2600/52/F3 and 5 similar entries. Pay dirt? He hears voices.
Hey, Mrs. Doyle said if anyone came nosing around to shoot first and ask questions later.
How was I to know?
David looks up at 2 figures with steel pipes blocking his exit. One is the employee, the other his boss. David backs up and knocks a can of paint off the shelf. The paint splashes all over his arms.
Look at that,
the manager, a mean fart with a flat top, grins.
Ah, poop. I'm Picasso.
David tosses the rest of the paint at the pair and charges. Before he can escape, the metal panel slides down and he's locked in. Outside, the 2 paint-splattered warriors lean against the sliding door as if they'd survived a hard day's battle.
Now what? Miller time?
Suddenly, an axe blade protrudes right between their heads. Another rip. The thin metal tears and David bursts through. The slacker and the redneck ready their steel pipes but give it wide berth as David makes a run for the building entrance.
Follow him, you doofus.
Get real. For $6.25 an hour?
He shifts his attention to the 2 retired Hollywood veterans.
The guy I liked was Marty. Hell of a director. I'd see him at the track and he'd never remember my name. Called me Kid. Hey, Kid. Having any luck, you'd say?
That reminds me of Edmund O'Brien. He had a name for everybody.
More coffee?
But there was a pecking order. Car hops and waiters, they were all Johnny. And if you were okay, but kind of a goofball, you were called Charlie. And guys he didn't like, he called Mac.
What if he liked you?
Well, then he called you Killer.
Killer. Perfect.
David laughs. Killer. That was perfect, all right. The gal he loved. And contemplating the tender color of remembered flesh. Second before impact, David swerves onto the curb of the tree-lined street and nearly smashes into an oak tree.
Whoa!
The BMW slaloms around another oak before hopping back onto the pavement as the Land Rover stops to pick up Happy.
Okay, hold tight.
When David hits the freeway on-ramp, the Land Rover closes in with a rifle protruding out of Happy's window.
He's gonna shoot!
Happy fires, but misses as David weaves and bobs and then cuts across to Eddie the Runt's side.
Grab my jacket, there's a gun.
I can't!
Do it! Do it!
Tina finds the pistol David took from Don Potter and rolls down her window. Up ahead is a flashing light. Lane closed. Men working. Thwack, thwack. Warning cones go down like bowling pins, and David jerks into the next lane, barely in time to avoid taking out a bunch of day-glow orange vests. Happy tries to get a shot off as David comes around from the back, but he can't, because he's blocked by a Winnebago driven by an elderly couple.
Oh, move it, Gramps. I'd hate you to be late for your AARP meeting.
Blow his dentures out, see if that helps.
First I'm gonna make Grandma wear a diaper.
The Rover and the BMW play cat and mouse around the Winnebago. Tina shoots, misses. The petrified couple look down from their perch as the rover attempts to shove them into the beamer. The Winnebago holds steady, but when Happy aims at the old man, he has no choice except to push into David and Tina. David manages to hold the road, again hides on the side of the Winnebago. Tina tries the same gambit, aims at the old lady, and her husband is forced to ram the Land Rover. The Winnebago is bounced from vehicle to vehicle until Grandpa slams on his brakes. The BMW is exposed and Happy has a bead on Tina.
Say cheese!
No! Don't waste the cupcake. We need her alive.
David turns the wheel hard, skids off the embankment, bounces down the slope of the freeway and stops on the frontage road. Then he takes the gun from Tina and jumps out.
Go! They only want me!
David!
Go!
Tina slides into the driver's seat and fishtails out of there as David takes off across the field. Now the rover disappears into a gully, then flies up the other side.
There, run. Get him.
David trips, gets up, and races toward a high concrete wall. He's almost over the top when Happy blows a hole through the cinder block, which causes him to drop his gun. No time to pick it up. The rover slams to a stop, and the killers hop out. On the other side of the road is a signed graveyard. It's a sea of dead neon. Burger King, Taco Bell, Carl's, the entire fast food spectrum. Eddie and Happy glimpse David ducking into this repository of urban blight and begin a row-by-row search. It's very quiet, eerie. Eddie hears something, lets loose with his 9mm semi-automatic. Then all is still again.
Eddie, you kill something?
Yeah, a dinosaur and the S in Mongo's Steakhouse.
I remember Mongo's good food. Had that coconut shrimp.
Mongo's was okay, but his prices were higher than the pussy on a giraffe.
Shh, he's close. I feel him.
David peeks out through bullet holes that missed him by inches inside the hull of a Texaco sign. A storage container on shelving above Eddie's head overflows with fluorescent tubes. Eddie turns his back and David steps out and throws stones at the container.
Gotcha!
Eddie spins and fires. Not smart. The container gives way and the tubes rain down on him. When the vaporous gas clears, the runt, bloody and covered in broken glass, grovels for his weapon. David leaps out of the sign, kicks Eddie in the face. Eddie spits out yellow teeth. He grabs David's foot and trips him onto his back. When Happy rounds the corner, his inch-thick glasses fly off, and he sees two vague forms rolling in the dirt. David hesitates, but Eddie lunges for the gun. Happy blows away the wrong man. David scampers for cover, and Happy scurries for his specs.
Come out! Come out, you chicken shit!
Chicken shit. Tell that to him.
Happy spins, sees the colonel crashing down on him. He throws up his hands, but it's too late to hold the coleslaw.